Ah, morning all. It's 8:21 on Wednesday, the 6th of August, and I'm in Hunstanton. It's part of How to Murder Feet. Tim's grand walk around. I still need to work on a proper name for this thing. Anyway, I'm still walking around the coast like I do. There it is, the coast over there as well. This is Hunstanton, where I also have a B&B. This is where I'm basing myself for this week. This is week 3 out of 4, and this is day 4 out of 5. So this particular week's trip, and yeah, I got B&B about 2 streets that way. So I should be checking out of tomorrow morning. Actually, it's been very good. It's provided me with a unique opportunity because today I'm going from Hunstanton to Lynn, which is that way. It's about 17 miles on foot. But I looked at it all and I thought, hang on, I could just walk out of my B&B and go there. So rather than do the nonsense with the bike and the car and the double trip. I mean, so yeah, the original plan was to just do the nonsense like normal. So that would be about an hour's drive, then park the car, get the bike out of the boot, 20-mile bike ride back was the route Google was suggesting, so that I don't end up on major A roads. Then lock the bike up somewhere around here, because I don't think the B&B has anywhere to put a bicycle. Then walk 17 miles that way, back to the car. Then get the car, drive that hour back here to pick up the bike, chuck it all in the boot, and then try and find a space at the B&B, which has limited parking in its to its disfavour. So I thought, well, instead of that, why not just get up, get breakfast, which I've done, walk 17 miles that way, and then get a bus back, because Kings Lynn and Hunstanton are both quite large towns with regular bus service connecting them. I can get one every hour up to about 11 tonight or 10 tonight, I think. I think it's half hour, every half hour earlier in the day. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a bit of a gamble. I don't normally like to get a bus, have to rely on public transport at the end of a day. Even if I am doing, old school bus and car stuff, I still prefer to dump the car and get the bus back to the start and walk back to the car, which is, less risky. So I just worry about being stranded in the middle of nowhere at the end of a day with no way to get back home or wherever. But that's not going to be the problem, because I think just the way it's all shaken out today, I can easily get a reliable bus between 2 big towns. So that's what I'm going to do, which means a lot of options have opened up for me, really. I can just walk there without too much stuff. The weather's going to be good today. It's still going to be a bit breezy, but nothing like yesterday. It's a bit half as strong as yesterday. Yesterday was about 20 mile with 40-mile gusts. I think it's about 10 with 20-mile-an-hour gusts today, if that. And not a cloud in sight. No, not even the sniff of rain on the Met Office's all-day forecast for either here or Kings Lynn. So that means I can take all the wet weather gear out of the bag and leave it in the car, which I've done. I can take all the bicycle bits and pieces that are normally in my bag when I'm walking, high-vis vest, lights, etc. That all comes out of the bag and stays in the car as well. So a very light bag today as well, which is nice, which will help because this is going to be a bit of a longer stretch. So all in all, sounds shaping up to be a good plan, which is quite rare for me. Not good plans, just plans at all. I tend to improvise a bit on this sort of thing. So anyway, we're going that way. Sea is much calmer now. You remember last time it was crashing over the edge here. Actually, you can see the tide's going out now. I don't know what time low tide is today, but you can see it's not a very good beach here. It's just rubble, big bits of boulder and stone everywhere. I've seen a lot nicer beaches in many other parts of this corner of the country. But anyway, it's a nice little seaside town though, this. I like it. And I will be coming back here anyway, but not on foot as part of the tour. So you guys get to say goodbye to Hunstanton now, and I'll see it again tonight probably. Anyway, we're going this way. So Hunstanton, this is the sort of old town bit up here. That way is just a ton of static caravan parks and fairgrounds and things, so we'll deal with that first. I'm hoping there's quite a bit of promenading today and not so much dune tops and shingle, but given the additional mileage I'm dealing with. But I suppose there's only one way to find out, so let's crack on. Yeah, promising. Still promenading. I mean, I think the promenade's almost secondary to the fact that it's a substantial sea defence. That'll stop and it'll be onto grass-topped seawalls, I imagine, before long. But that's fine. Yeah, so you can, I don't know, you can't, it's hard to make out. But basically, 15 miles that way is Skegness, which I aim to be reaching in September. So yeah, it's about 15 miles across the Wash. This is the Wash, like a big chunky bit crunched out of the countryside into the sea. Largely to do with the river formation and lowlands of the Fens and Cambridgeshire and that way. Yeah, and you can sort of see directly ahead from far horizon tomorrow's hike, which is where I've got to basically go all the way inland up to where King's Lynn is, and then come back out on the long mat, and then back into Sutton Bridge. That'll be tomorrow, because we're re-entering the land of irritating rivers again. Not nearly as bad as Essex and Suffolk, but there's one there goes to King's Lynn, one there goes to Sutton Bridge. There's another two over there, I think, one of which goes to Boston. I mean, the bridges aren't that far inland, only 3 or 4 miles inland each, but it all adds up. So, yeah, it's a bit jumbly, in and out again, starting today and tomorrow. Going to stop at Sutton Bridge this week, and then come back in September to do the rest of it, Boston, and then up to Skegness in theory. But we'll see. I would have shown you on the map, but I realised I packed the wrong map. I've got 4 maps will be on this trip, because that covers the ground I'll be on. And in my complacency about not having to do any serious prep for today, I forgot to swap over my map to the right one. So I've actually got yesterday's map with me, which isn't very helpful. And that's okay. I mean, the phone hasn't let me down so far. And to be honest, this is a super well signposted stretch of the coast path. The Norfolk coast path clearly predates the ECP and has had a lot of work done on it, and the signage is all in place and it's all good to go. So it has been for quite some time. So, and that will carry me, well, certainly the rest of today, so I don't need today's map, but it carries me up to just before Sutton Bridge, I think, where Norfolk stops and Lincolnshire starts. So we'll see that tomorrow. But another county under the belt, that'd be good. I feel like I'm making progress. These last few weeks since Essex and Suffolk, I feel like I've really been making good linear progress on my goal, my objective, you know. I think that this September trip coming up won't be an exception either. I think I'm going to finish at Mablethorpe. That's going to be pretty good for a year's work when I started at Felixstowe. So, yeah, feeling good. Right. It's nice this time of day. It's just food service vans and dog walkers, really. The main tourist thing hasn't kicked off yet. Everyone's still in bed. So yeah, I see a line of trees there that mark tomorrow's adventure. How far out that goes, what turns back in, guess we'll see. Alright, onward. Yeah, it's got 9 o'clock. I think this is Heacham, either over there or somewhere. Quite close to Hunstanton still. Been looking at the way ahead though, there's really not much today. Might be another day of screaming into the wind in the middle of the trackless fens. Which, you know, it's quite therapeutic. But, yeah, Snettish in my head, which I think might just be a row of beach huts like this and a bird sanctuary, and then beyond there there's just nothing really till King's Lynn, till day's end. King's Lynn itself is quite a few miles long though, they're a bit alongside the river. So yeah, don't know. I shall show you bits of very similar coastline anyway, but yeah, I'm just wondering if I'm going to need more supplies. Might not see a shop till the end of the day, but that's alright. Got 2 litres of water and a couple of bags of nuts in the bottom of the bag as usual. Just snack packs of KPs. Highly concentrated energy and salt, which is what you want really. And water to wash it down with. All good. But yes, I don't think it's going to be a specifically exacting day. Distance, yes, but temperature's okay, wind's okay. I'm hoping it's not all sand and shingle, but as I say that, I look ahead and I see that this bit of concrete looks like it's running out quite soon, so who knows what the path will be like for the rest of the day. But that's okay. It's part of the job. Part of the challenge, the exercise. That's very jolly. Oh, the orange. It's the Joker's summer retreat. Even supervillains need a getaway now and then. See how far out that tide's gone. That shimmery bit is all sand, not water. The seagulls all clustered along the edge. And you follow it along, you can see, I mean, I don't know if it's low tide now or coming up, but it's already very far out. A lot of mud. And yeah, I think we're looking at mud more than sand out here. The wash is fundamentally the outpouring of a number of rivers in the low country of the central east of the country. Like the Severn estuary, really, that's mostly mud. Occasional beach here and there. Pretty sure Western-super-Mare brings in extra sand for the tourists. Got that feel. Feels a little like the Severn estuary, yeah. So, not a problem, I don't intend to go out on it at all. My usual aversion to the sea. Gotta pick the wrong hobby for that, really, haven't I? Okay, let's see what happens when this runs out then. Ah, bugger. I've done 1.5 miles so far. 4 miles to RSPB Netisham and Wild Ken Hill is only half a mile away. I can't see any hills. What are you talking about? Anyway, yes. And here it is. If it's like this all day, then I think I really did make the right call about the bicycle and the bus. Oh, it's the dunes then. There we go. Gosh. I'm already tired. May have to go down onto the sand to find a compacted wet bit to walk along. Try and stick to the path where I can. Big sign back there. They're big on the Norfolk Coast Path signage information board, like the ones you've seen already. I've showed you. And it says that the King Charles III England Coast Path is one of the longest continuous walks in the world, like 2,700 miles, and I think that just seems really short. I mean, I've done about, I don't know, probably about 1,500 by now. And I'm not even really in the north of England. I mean, I've got a long way to go before I get to Berwick. I don't know, I'd estimate closer to 4,000, but then I suppose maybe I'm counting the Welsh border, which they probably don't. But that means it's not continuous. Oh, I don't know. Just save my energy for dealing with this sand. Don't worry about it, it'll work itself out. Yeah, I hope it's not like this all the way back to King's Lynn. That would be quite challenging. Yeah, a cafe over there. I think I'm alright in London, actually. Well, I do need to bear in mind that for long stretches of today where there won't be one. But look, one of these. They've deigned to show an appearance. I think the Norfolk Coast Path is fine without it all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Clear instructions that I've just, for the bit I've just done. Yeah. Another one over there. That's all pointing down there, I think, for the next bit. Oh, that's interesting. So it cuts inland a little bit. That's good. That means it probably gets away from the sand. I'm always surprised, to be honest, when these coast paths say go directly along this dune top, because I'm always seeing signs from everyone else saying how delicate an ecosystem it is, and how easily they're damaged, and how vital they are to coast defence. So it seems irresponsible to route a national footpath directly along the top. And alternatives might exist. Still, I gotta follow the acorns. That's my doom, my geese, my destiny. There, that way. And presumably we'll see something cutting off to the right. It's only 9:30 at the moment, so we'll try and look for the next one. I think Snetisham is 4 miles away, like RSPB. I'm hoping they're going to have like a little cafe or something, in which case that would be an ideal place to grab something. Otherwise, yeah, just crack on. Keep an eye out for a sign on the right. Nice to be on tarmac again, though. Here we go. This is more like it. So yes, let's come up here. Right, up onto the flood bank. Go. Elizabeth Way, Kings Lynn, 16 miles. I'm not sure I'm actually following that. I think my route might be different. Snettersham, 3.5, 3.25, yeah. Yeah, here we go, Elizabeth Way. Queen's Platinum Jubilee 2022. Be a time. An enduring legacy. Yeah, well, Sandringham Estate, regular residents of the royal family, which is at number 4, which is quite far inland. I mean, the coast probably carries on down here. I imagine we'll probably get to here, and I'm going to carry straight on, and this goes all inland. It's interesting. Goes to Kings Lynn as well, ultimately. Disused railways, Ken Hill. Oh, that's inland, so I don't see that. Yeah. No, I think I'm destined for something more more straightforward. Interesting, though. Running up and away. Okay. I know where I am. Yeah, look, okay, cool. I know where I am with a seawall. See the word flood bank used. I keep calling them seawalls. So this probably does follow the coast all the way down to Kings Lynn, because it's your standard shoreline defence. As I always say, it is literally a long straight mound with a flat top. So why not put a footpath along the top? Inconveniences no one because it's already here anyway. It's good stuff. Yeah, campsite, little war bunker thing, bunch of eccentric seafront beach houses and dunes, which are, I note, on the outside of the sea defence. So when, and not if, global warming destroys the coast of England, up to and possibly including this, they'll all be gone. Actually, I don't think many of them look super durable construction. They're mostly made of wood, not really designed to last the ages. Future alien archaeologists, sort of thing. Another pillbox here. I think we're just going to keep seeing them. I mean, that was a terrible time for this country in the mid part of the Second World War, where we'd been driven out of continental Europe and had to fortify our island in anticipation of the Nazis coming here next. You're just not going to see an end to these concrete structures as we go around the coast. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they were laid on the west coast as well. I mean, the German Navy was quite mobile at that time. It's entirely possible they could go around the top of Great Britain and come down the west side. Quite a logistical stretch, but obviously you wanted to fortify this corner first. Yes, I don't think we're going to stop seeing these for quite some time. Oh, good, right. Oh yeah, I can see it sort of snaking around ahead. This is much preferable to a sand dune, I have to say. or heaven forbid, a shingle strand. No, I can do this all day, and I'm going to. So there we go. So Snettersham ahead, probably about 3 miles or so. I'm hoping they can, yeah, like I said, they've got it's an RSPB place, bird sanctuaries and such. Might have a car park, might have a few hides for visitors to look at birds with. Hoping it's got a little cafe. If it has, that'll be a good place for a coffee, but otherwise not too fast. I'll crack on anyway. Just keep moving. So yeah, part of the Elizabeth Way at the moment as well. Gosh, I'm racking up those footpaths. Yeah. Well, that's disappointing. I was enjoying the flood bank here. Flood bank, good word. I'm going to try and co-opt it. But this is just the Platinum Jubilee Norfolk Trail thing. Snettersham Circular Walk. Well, that comes from there and goes off there. I think I'm on the north loop of the Snettersham Walk. That's good. That means I'm probably quite near Snettersham. Stupid name. Snettersham. Right, so we need to, go over there. Which takes me up onto there and probably goes left, looking at that board over there. Which is disappointing. I hope that's not, well, who knows what it is. Sandy, I imagine. Oh well, here's what it is. He had a good run. Take the rough with the smooth. Oh, look. England Coast Bus. I reckon it's just some bloke with a satchel full of discs and a cordless drill, wandering around, hammering on random. Okay, well, unnecessary staircase to the sea again. Hopefully not too loose. Hard packed sand I could do with. Do you feel that sometimes they take coast a little literally in this part of the world? Let's go and see what it looks like. Yeah, I should just trust the path, really. About 200 metres of that, which is really sort of tightly packed gravel and not too bad after all. Now we're on another seawall. Another concrete defence. How long this will last for? Probably around this headland into the next bay. I mean, generally, you only put this stuff down if you're on a sensitive headland. It's just going to take the whole surrounding countryside with it if it goes. So. Is it Hunstanton? I think it probably is. Beecham. So yeah, the other side of I need to look it up. It's going to be important. The name of the river that King's Lynn is on. Is it the Lynn? Could be the Lynn. I'm going to guess it's the Lynn, but it might be something else. But you can already start to see the far side of the Lynn. I don't even know if that headland has a name. It's basically what I'm going to spend all of tomorrow doing. About a 14-mile loop from where the bridge is at that side to the bridge at that side. And then I'm going to pick the bike up and drive home. I didn't do a travel day again. I find the travel day coming up is helpful because, you want to find the place. It gives you time in the morning to pack properly and everything. But travelling home travel day is less of a problem. I'll have already checked out of the hotel in the morning before I begin my hike. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm going further and further north each time. Particularly when I get to Skegness as my next base of operations in September. I got a feeling I probably want to do a travel day coming home as well, which means another night in the B&B, which is a little bit more expensive. But it's that or drive a very long way tired after a long hike, I mean, I've done it before, but I don't think I've ever found myself in danger of nodding off on the way back or anything, but it's still going to be just more pleasant all round, I think. Get up, check out, leisurely breakfast somewhere, and then poodle back. Take the Friday, because that's a Friday. I mean, I'll take the whole week off work anyway. It's not like I'm back at work on that Friday only. Just means I get a day off lounging around at home if I don't bother with a travel day. And it's only 4 hours trip, so I'll be home for a significant part of the afternoon to lounge around in, and then there's a whole weekend anyway, so makes more sense, I think, probably. Okay, right, concrete runs out here. It's actually smaller than I thought. It is literally just to hold this particular piece. Actually, see how far out that tide is now? About half a mile, I think. Needs to get wider over there as well. I wonder if this river is one of those that's tantalisingly narrow at low tide, and you could almost think you could walk across it. Save myself 10 miles. That way lies madness. That must be Ned's Hill or whatever. I think the Diamond Jubilee path thing goes off that way. Up for me. Alright, what happens here is back to trudging on gravel, I suppose. I don't know. Let's see what's what. Can't keep second guessing every next bend in the path. That way lies madness. There are some buildings up ahead though. I think that might be Snettisham RSPB. The thing is, a lot of RSPB sanctuaries are just fens. There's nothing there, and that's the point. The birds can nest there without any trouble. But some of them have visitor centres, and some of them have cafes to help fund the work. And I'm hoping this is one of them. But I don't mind either way, really. It's still quite early in the day. I'm doing only 10 o'clock. See, that's what just getting up out of the B&B and immediately walking out the door and beginning to hike does for you. I mean, the first day back at Cromer, it took me about 2 hours to get sorted out. Didn't start till 12. I still got up from the B&B. I got up at 7:30 and left at 8. That's 3 hours worth by the time I'd sorted the bike out and dropped the car and the cycles and stuff. Got to the whole place. Just because it's quite far away. Right, onward. Doing well. There's definitely stuff here. It's a holiday park. Statics. Snettisham Beach. I don't know. The sanctuary's the other side. Oh wow, that's right. They got like a cafe or a beach shop or something. I think I might have a stop because I really don't think there's much after this until King's Lynn. It's only 10:15, but I may take an early lemonade or coffee. Actually, might be good. See what we got. See what's here. See something. Yeah, not sure there's anything here really. Well, obviously a lot of houses, little hideaway shacks, off-grid, middle of nowhere sort of thing. Some sort of sailing event thing, kids and boats. It's a sailing club there, look like it's members only, so I'll just keep on walking. It's fine. Off to the bird sanctuary next then, and I think there's a place called Drengensham, I don't know, I forget now. Well, the place 4 miles on, so it's a small village of some sort. Not like that worried, I don't need anything supplies wise. This is super tidal here now. I mean, that's the water must be that mile, at least a mile out there now. Yeah, that's mudflats. I can't actually see where the river I'm calling the Lynn, which may not actually be called that. I'm supposed to be following the bank of. I don't know where that goes. Do I follow this around and out and then get over there somewhere? I'll see. I mean, yeah, if I just keep walking, I'll find out, obviously, but yeah. Massive mud flat, inviting certain death if I try and shortcut. So I have to just stick to the top here. There's another concrete wall though, so I'll enjoy that for it. This gravel's not too bad, so it's been most of this afternoon, so this morning so far. Only 10:30, yeah. Afternoon. Just head down, trudge on. We'll run out of these little shacks at some point, and then into the wilds proper for a bit, I think. Not sure what's going on out there. Going for bait, I suppose, or something more clandestine. Yeah, I think all that's underwater at high tide, up to the green bit. So. Enormous tidal range here. Really far out. Can't even see the water now. Dried sand, mud. Nice path here, though. I'm getting the impression this was here before the coast path, for some reason or another. Second World War, maybe. Or perhaps it's part of Hunstanton Bird Sanctuary. Access routes and things. I'm not complaining. A piece of concrete, some serious miles in. Yeah, I think we need to go right at the end and then out and round along. And I think Great Oozes coffee acres there. 6% of the shop now. It's got to come all the way along there. Fair enough. Today was going to be a long one. Yeah. Beautiful day for it though. I've got just the right temperature, a nice wind breeze that isn't trying to muck around with my hat. No sign of rain at all today. But not too hot. Yeah, I think it's lucked out in the end after all. Last 2 days were a bit challenging, but okay. Brilliant. You know, you could have warned me about that next to the last shop. Or public transport optional toilet or cafe. 9 miles. Wow. It's not like I've not done worse. Up to Adam. Still in Snettisham RSPB. Looks like we're heading for a little bit of an inland detour. Norfolk Coast Path, toilet 9 miles. Toilet 5 3/4 miles. A bit of a bleak stretch this one, facilities wise, but I'll be okay. I'm alright. I've got water and nuts and snacks. I will heartily miss my midday lemonade there. But yes, long way. We went down there, then over to that weir thing, sluice gate, and beyond. 9 miles. It's about 3 hours worth. 3 or 4 hours worth. Not much. Another one of these. It's got a thing on the side. It's got a light sensor. There's nothing matching it on the other side, so I don't know how that can be a census counter. with just one thing on one side. Wow, that's it. Variations in light, something passes. Let's confuse it a few times. Loads of people coming through here. Perhaps we should build a toilet block. Maybe a cafe as well. Perhaps a lemonade stand. Actually, is lemonade stands a thing in this country? I think that's mostly in America. And even then in like the 1950s in the Midwest. Right. I don't think it's the lemons from. Down there and up there along. And there's nothing. Gosh. Wish me luck anyway. Sorry, I'll probably talk to you before midnight miles are up. Just through sheer boredom, I imagine. Okay, let's go. 9 miles to go. Well, I mean, I think I saw the last toilet. I mean, basically 9 miles, that is King's Lynn, really, isn't it? That is probably what I've got left to do today. I've done 5 3/4 already. Yeah. Right. I just love the sign here, of all places. It's too late to change your mind now. I could go back to Smithson Beach, I suppose. There wasn't anything there either, really. Unless I missed an inland thing. No, there it is. I'm not bothered. It's fine. Let's do it. Ah. Heading into the wilds now. That's fine, I've done worse. Mostly in Essex. I do like how the fingerboards are very specific out here. Keeps the grass verge at the base of the flood bank. Okay, will do. As long as this mowing has been done all the way along, I'll be happy to comply. It's nice. Less likely to get hit by adders. Here's where wildfowling between Wolferton and King's Lynn. September and February, traditional and legal practice of wildfowling takes place near the Norfolk coast path between Wolferton and King's Lynn. Wildfowling, which involves the use of shotguns to hunt birds, typically occurs around dawn and dusk. Please keep to the sign grid. Okay. Actually, no, that's fine, because it's August. I'll be long gone from here by September. Alright, England coast path, yeah. Livestock, dogs on leads, etc. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just head down and trudge on then. It's not along the actual top, because it means I'm getting a bit less breeze. Mind you, that's things coming from this side, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of not much today. It's fair enough. Can't all be wall-to-wall ice cream shops. I don't know who that is. I don't have any. But some going to the fascist police state. Maybe there's some more clues on that sign that's in the dirt ditch there. I can't get. Still tracking along here. Green. I'm alright. Gonna try and have a proper sit down and drink every hour through here. Just to keep myself ticking along. I don't anticipate any real trouble. Get to the end and see what's what. It's a bit featureless. KLWA, it's a King's Lynn Wildfowl Association. No shooting from January 16th, October 31st, these dates inclusive. Head Marsh Warden. That's bloody miles, that. I'm still not done. All the same one straight path. Yes, very good. Right, well, I probably ought to stop and have a bit of I don't know, another 5 minutes till lunchtime, till 12 o'clock. See if we can get to the end of this. I think we're basically heading to the river now, the Great Ouse. But hard to say. Just goes on and on. All I can say is thank God somebody's mowed it. I wasn't trying to do this waist high grass all the way along. It would be absolutely exhausting. It's pretty hard going as it is. Alright, let's get to the next thing then. Gate or a turn or something. I think it looks like it might turn to the left at some point in the future. Tall thing sticking up there. I don't know what's that. Owl box or something. Go and see. Yeah, time to sit down soon though. It's Yeah, some sort of windmill. Seized up and non-functional at the moment, by the looks of it. The cattle corralling area. Ooh. A very long way to go still. Flies in my face. Yeah, no numbers on any of that. Should have been useful. Oh yeah, look, there goes the windmill spinning, creaking mournfully. Oh, right, that carries on that way for a very long time, then takes a slight bend to the left and carries on for a really long time. I think I'm aiming for where those windmills are on the horizon. That might be. I don't know, I had a look at the map and it basically just does go to King's Lynn next. So I can make it through here. And I'll be more or less done. So, you know, that's good. Oh, let's go up on top, try and get a bit of wind for the view. We just sit down and have a bit of a drink anyway. That's my 12 o'clock stop. Some peanuts. Yeah. Surprisingly remote out here, although, like I say, I've been in worse places. It's all sort of mown grass, which is okay. I don't miss it. Does take a bit of a toll compared to a pavement. Let's get up on here and see what we can see. Kind of glad the path isn't on top of it. Oh wow, look at that. Oh god. There's a flipping Jeep. Someone's actually actively in one of these. Off a grid. I presume this isn't tidal, or at least untidal enough to support housing. God, I have no idea. These are this side. Just about see Hunstanton in the distance. I think at some point I'll be coming up on the river, but it's been a while. It's going to be a while yet. Well, off the grid. This is where you come when you've done an armed robbery. Just lay low for a couple of months. Well, yeah, that's vehicle access in some fashion. I've been closing gates all the way along. Oh well, I'll have to get out and open them again. Alright. I'm going to sit down and have a rest for a good 5-10 minutes, I think. Just the old deal, I expect. Ridiculously long straight bit. You can see it start to curve round beyond the windmill there towards the left. Somewhere along there it joins the river. Whew. What a day. Glad we've got good conditions because the route itself is proving challenging today. And I think I picked up some sort of spraying on the inside arch of my right foot there. Might be when I stepped badly out getting out of the car yesterday when I was trying to load the bike. It's aching a little, but if I'm not slowing me down a lot. I mean, the only way out is through for today, so I'll just have to ignore it and carry on. But I'll have a look after a night's sleep tomorrow morning and whether I'm up for another stage or whether I'm end up having to quit a day early. Which won't matter too much because I'll just shuffle everything back and then in September I can finish Scapeneck instead of Mablethorpe. But I don't like to quit early. It feels like failure. I think it'll be alright. Once I've got on a bus and then I spent the night in a B&B bed, maybe it'll be alright for tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, I need to have a decent rest here. Like I say, no real time pressure. I also want to be off this bleak expanse and back among shops as soon as possible, but I'm pushing myself dangerously. Yeah, there'll be buses every hour down to like 10 or 11 tonight, so back to Hunstanton. That'll be fine. Not worried about that really. I need to take a measured approach to this wildernessy bit. Right. I'm not even sure what it's meant to do. Pump water? Groans every now and then. A deep sunken feet mark in there. People? No. These heavy softeners are quite gloomy, grimy. I wouldn't want to drink out of them, but They're for cattle and livestock, I suppose. Oh, alright, onward. Watered up. Had a packet of peanuts. I've got no food left now. It's okay. I mean, 6 miles isn't that far. I reckon that's how far I've got left to go till King's Lynn. Then there's a bit to do on the other side of King's Lynn to finish off the day to get to the bridge I need. I reckon I'm already 2/3 the way through today, so good. It's all a bit featureless. Is that a lorry? Oh, I saw dust clouds. Yeah, it must be harvest going on. That'll be a grain lorry of some sort. Alright, so yeah, eventually we're going to get to a slight bend up here and then we'll follow it again along a bit further. Should get to the River Great Owls. Going to see that, hopefully. And it's not really not that far down to King's Lynn from the river bend, so it's good. Just worrying about my foot. Seems okay. I mean, I can stump on through, but it is the noticeable ache. Really depends on how much worse it gets today and how much better it gets overnight when I sleep. So. Yes. Yeah, onward. 1:45. Not a lot to report, really. There's cows there when I was there earlier. Maybe not. There's a windmill in the distance. Look, something different. You go up a bit. I know you got to take the contrasts you can get at this point. Oh God, head down, trudge on. Really, I'm a little away with the fairies. Just daydreaming along there, just reminiscing about past heroic swords and sorcery novels I've read and remember. Oh, here comes the wind. Yes. Ah, thank God. Right. There we go. Keep on top of the flood bank now. I like the signs around here. They have very specific instructions. Help to keep me on the right track. KLWWA in the area, represent. Actually, that's King's Lynn. Something Wildfowl Association. Wootton Marsh. Then. Private shooting. Membership card to be carried at all times whilst carrying a gun. Oh, okay, that's more specific. That's fine. No gun here. No public right of way. Don't care. Right. All these weird little huts on the salt marshes. They keep going all the way up. Very odd. We're still turning a corner. It's still very, very low tide out there, I think. At the next bend we might join the river. I'm not sure at this point. To be honest, I don't really know what my name is or who I am at this point. Just a wandering drifter, nomading my way along the coast. Just a travelling hobo. Right, we got a bit more conventional flood bank, seawall, whatever, top to go along. That looks like the mowing still persists, so that's good. I mean, looking at that, that's about a month old probably, that grass. It's very, very dry, and this stuff's grown a fair bit since it was last mown. I guess a month or so. Well, I'm not complaining, that helps me a lot. Otherwise you're basically walking through stuff like that. 9 miles. Wouldn't even hazard a guess at how far through I am. I'm doing it by time at the moment, and it's about 1:45, so I'll stop at 1 and sit down and have a drink, and 2 and so on every hour until I run out of water or get to the town. That's the plan at the moment. I guess that's sort of King's Lynn there. It's a sort of tower. Can't bother to go to zoom mode. Something there with like a turret on it. I think it's like a grain silo perhaps. Imagine we'll see it as we get closer. Those windmills are also near King's Lynn, or near there. Although they are very big. Proper air wind turbines rather than whatever the hell that thing was. Oh, harvest done in this field. Quite fresh too. I can see the dust they're doing the next field over. Combine and grain trucks. And yeah, these are crazy. Like a shed on a boat hull. They're all on boat hulls, so presumably the water comes right up here. Don't know. Depends on the height of the tide, and obviously this here is in anticipation of a high enough tides to reach here. I'd have to see it at high tide. I guess it's quite low tide looking at what last time we saw it. We left at Heacham and Neckisham. I can't even see the water from here. Faint glimmer on the very horizon. Oops. Very good at aiming the camera. And there's cattle out there, so I'm not actually quite fussed about it. It's a very slow moving tide if it is, I guess. But yeah, I honestly don't know. Don't know which of those trees is on this side and which is not, because the great ooze is, it looks like it's only about 100 metres wide when we reach the mouth. So you wouldn't actually see it on that horizon at all. There'd be a tiny gap where the river passes in or out, wouldn't there? So we're just going to have to keep following this water. I reckon we're looking at 4 or 5 miles to get out of this part. I don't know. Then it does look like the path takes a bit of an inland detour into the centre of King's Lynn, because there's a whole load of industrial gump on the river that we're not allowed in by the looks of things. Some sort of industrial park, loading yards, whatever, depots. So I think we'll end up looking for signs through the middle of King's Lynn, acorns on street corners, that sort of thing. But that suits me fine, because there's going to be shops and pubs. I'm very much looking forward to lemonade at the moment. Jonesing for it quite badly. Let's keep walking. Foot seems alright, doesn't seem to be getting worse or better, so just cracking on with it. I'm going to see what it's like after a night's sleep, and then tomorrow, if it's not up to it, I'll just go home. I mean, I was always going home tomorrow anyway. It's just, do I do a bit of a bike ride and a hike before I do? The plan was always to check out the B&B tomorrow morning anyway, but I might just go straight home if foot's bad. Otherwise, is that my accelerator foot or my brake foot? Might be my accelerator foot, yeah. Alright. It should be able to drive. It's really not that mechanically challenging. Alright, let's carry on. Get going. I managed to get past that combine harvest before it came back anyway. Huge cloud of dust coming out of the back of it. I mean, it's blowing away, but still. Oh my god, this is hard work. This bit's been mown, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I guess, but it's so lumpy and uneven underneath. It's hard to find an actual trail, and it's really doing a number on my ankles. So I'm just sort of stomping on as best I can. Gritted teeth. Can stop at the end anyway. I think it's a corner I need to take next. I don't know where the river is. I haven't even been up that bit yet. Definitely going to sit down for an hour or so when I find a pub. Quite a lot to do today, still beyond the end of this. This sort of comes out, it goes inland a little bit up ahead, then ends up in King's Lynn. I need to go about a mile or two south of the centre to reach the bridge I need. And we'll see. Redone the suntan stuff. I find it infuriating how badly adapted I am for the climate in which I was born and grew up and lived. I mean, this is like a couple hundred miles north of that, and I'm still suffering. Like there's some sort of genetic compensation claim I can make against my parents. Why do I burn in sunlight where I live? It'd be entirely my own fault if I was wandering around the south of Spain and getting this problem, but Norfolk, it feels like something's wrong. I ought to be able to withstand the sun of England, but apparently not. So hardly alone, many people can't. There's a corner up ahead. I hope it does something different. I'll just turn left and carry on for another mile. Let me get on top of there. Should have reached the river by now, I think. Oh god, this ground. Not doing my sprained arch any good, isn't it? Oh. I mean, based on how I feel right now, I just want to go home, yeah, but I know the only way out is through, that's fine, but so we'll have to see how I feel after a night's sleep. See if my body recovers enough to be able to do this again tomorrow. In probably what's going to be quite similar sorts of terrain, thinking about it. More flood bank stuff. 14 miles of it, not much between the start and the end in terms of pubs and sit downs and things. So I don't know. Let's see how I am tomorrow morning. Don't make any judgment right now. This is terrible. The grass is sort of hiding how rutted and bumpy and hard it all is underneath. Right, I'll put you away from it. Bloody hell. Yeah. It was a good push, but wearing me out. We're on top again now, are we? So it's through there. This gate doesn't actually open. This barrier thing here blocks it, so you have to climb over that, and then it's down that bank which hasn't got any strewing whatsoever. The mowing stops at the cattle enclosure. Is when I learnt with some sadness the mowing wasn't for me. It's for the cows, so yeah, through that nettle bed, up onto here. Climbed over the fence. No toilets, cafes or public transport options for 11.25 miles. So I think I'm out of the Badlands. I made it through the Snetisham Gap. Coastpath corridor, 5 metre wide, yeah, okay. Well, they were just much further behind me, it turns out. The land was the base of the flood bank, yeah. I doubt my weight's going to make much difference to that. Anyway, on top of this one now, but I really do have to sit down and have some more water. What time is it? Yeah, it's pretty much 2 o'clock. That's time for my next hydration stop. It's good. It was more of the same. This looks a bit more, bit less overgrown and wild, I think. And then we're heading off into, I don't know, that windmill, radio masts, electricity pylons. I'm hoping a shop, or a cafe or a pub, you know. But yeah, a bit more to do so far. We're pretty much coming up on the outskirts of Kings Lynn though. A bit more of an inlandy detour, I think. I'm not going to see much of the river, to be honest. It's over there somewhere. This leads out into it, but I don't know. So I think we get a bit of zigzaggy inland detour to the centre of Kings Lynn from here anyway, so we'll see. Keep the track on top of the flood. Alright, I prefer the top if I'm honest. More wind, more breeze, cooler. But first I need a rest and a drink. And that was mad. I think I'm out of the no man's land between towns. Hoping to find somewhere to sit down and get a bit peckish as well, actually. I'm normally not that hungry during the day, but I think I've had a snack pack of peanuts since leaving Hunstanton, really. Good. Yeah, looks like we leave the flood bank, the river and sea for a bit. Down here now. The inland detour off to Kings Lynn. I think the first part of Kings Lynn we'll hit is an out-of-town retail park type thing. And I thought I saw a Costa drive-through there, which would do me. They may not have lemonade, but I expect they've got all manner of icy frappo, coffee, chino things. I don't care, I'll just go guzzle whatever they can provide me. Shut that. Okay, fine. I'm sure I can lift that on. And through these trees, oh, quite pleasant. There's not much wind through there, I think. Have to heat up again. No. Tell you what, I'm really glad I didn't cycle today. I think I'll finish it, but yeah, it might finish me. North Lynn Farm. Since 1936, we've introduced healthy food on this farm over. Yeah, well, that's the most positive welcome to our farm that I've seen in a long time. Usually it's stay on the path, go away. Look at this. Treat line avenue just for me. It's nice. 2:30. Feels like we're at the worst of it. This is grassy, but it's smooth, it's firm, easy going, not too deep. Looks like I've got a way to go, but I think through the hedge at the end of this field, I think I might crash into this industrial estate while that is there. Well, it's a retail park. I think there's like a Home Bargains and stuff, and I think in the car park is a Costa drive-through. I'm hoping it is a drive-through with a little restaurant-y bit attached, not just literally only a drive-through, otherwise I'm going to have to shuffle through very slowly and ask for something at the hatch, holding up a lot of traffic. Nobody wants to see that. Quite undignified. But if they got a little go in and sit down bit, I will go in and sit down. Whatever cold coffee drinks they want to give me. Oh, what's that? Like a rugby ball, is it? Oh, fine. I think we're sort of following the river, kinda. I think it's the other side of that windmill and those tanks and things. Although I didn't really think Kings Lynn had much of a shipping cargo dock type thing going on. I thought it was mostly just, well, nothing really. The river didn't look big enough for us. I haven't seen any really big boats out in the wash. I don't think there's anything off the wash that would interest a big boat. I mean, Boston, but that's upriver quite a bit as well. Again, they're quite a narrow one. Yeah, I think the large stuff I saw off of Cromer was going on up to Hull, the Humber. I don't know. Oh, we'll see. There's that big tower, yeah, it looks like some sort of grain silo. Yeah, this has all been done already. But yeah, August, they've already been through here and harvested and ploughed it, and I don't know if it's been drilled as well, seeds for next year or whatever. Maybe that comes through. Maybe they have to harrow it now, but it's a bit clumpy. Probably needs to be harrowed and then seed drilled, ready for next year. But yeah, hang around. Another harvester over there. Dusting away in the distance. And here's go, go, go this week, I think. Get it all in. Certainly all the grain stuff. Alright. Seem to head down, keep trudging on. I'm feeling this is going to be another fast day, despite my bitching, you know. Well, for the length. You might have worked out quite a high mile an hourage. Still, there we go. Just to show. Yeah, foot still haven't decided. It's a noticeable ache, but you know, the other foot's the other uninjured foot is not that far behind, to be honest. General wear and tear. Let's look up about ice baths and buckets of ice, bowl, washing up bowl full of ice or something. Dunk your feet in. Does that help? Is that good, or is that just for like sports injuries? Or would I get that much ice and a washing up bowl in my B&B anyway? Nah, I don't know. I just do what I normally do, which is as soon as I get back there and I'm done for the day, just get off my feet and stay off them until tomorrow morning. You got windmills there? Good country for it. I imagine it's quite flat to the west of here, and if west is prevailing, yeah, generate a few watts. Right, so another push to the retail park. I've probably got another 4 miles or so to do after I get to Kings Lynn, but I think I'm probably earned myself a proper sit down and at least 2 lemonades, or whatever I can find is equivalent. I do some like lemon crush things with like a sort of yellowy bit and a red bit at the bottom with like melon or something. I think in a McDonald's. Questions for the ages. That was the first for this trip. Certainly someone's marked it out. I hate going directly across fields, which is ploughed on. Yeah, this is dry. So, I suppose this is technically the edge of Kings Lynn. Still on the acorns. Somewhere up here is a bit of a zigzag through an industrial estate, and then we'll be at a retail park where I might be able to get a drink. Maybe a sandwich as well. I could really go for a cheese ploughman's around now, Tomato, lettuce, strong cheddar, pickle. Oh, don't torture yourself then. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Sandwich will happen if the sandwich is meant to happen. There's another one. I had to document it. I know! I was there! I was there, man! God. I don't know what this next refreshments vendor sells, but I really will have earned it more than any other refreshments I've earned on this trip so far. That's Minehead. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's like walking on silk. Well, even my sprained arch is calming down a bit. I think I'll be alright tomorrow if it's purely on roads. Lovely. Alright, I'll scout on ahead and let you know if there's any coffee. Here I am on the Norfolk Coast Path, part of the King Charles III England Coast Path. It's been a while since I've been surrounded by chain link. Not as modern as your spiky aluminium fence, obviously, but it's just a timeless classic, I think. Very efficient. Warning everything. You know it? I think this might break out into an actual retail park somewhere ahead. That does smell good. Fresh wood, treated. Pine sap kind of smell. Very powerful. Quite pleasant, actually. Not as nice as a good rosemary bush. I can't resist a fondle there, but these yellow ones smell a bit weird. Yeah, it's a bit more acetone than what they're treated with. Oh God, you didn't tune into the industrial parks of the northeast, did you? Are we in the northeast yet? Or the east still? Well, let's just sort that gutter out. Oh God, alright, let's keep going. I might be hallucinating due to lack of lemonade. It's a medical condition I have. 3 o'clock on the dot. There it is. I wonder if we get many desperate hikers. It's probably just me. Oh. So shady British ports, that's surprising. It means they must have some kind of dockyard capability. Quite infrequent though, I imagine. That's why we're having to come on the inland route. Right, I mean, if there's a problem with the coffee shop, I could always go in Home Bargains. I swear they've probably got a drink somewhere in there. Or we'll just keep walking into town centre, which I'll have to do afterwards anyway. But no, I think I'm good for a sit down for a bit. Domino's. That's another option. No, I really couldn't manage a hot pizza right now. No, I just want a cold drink and maybe a cake or a flapjack or something just to build up the carbs a little again. Because I've got to crack on. I've got another 4 miles to do today, I think, still. But yes, I think I'll hop in and say hello. See what we got. I shall rejoin you again after, refreshed and ready for the last push. Oh, that'll do for now. I'll sit here for at least half an hour. I think I've earned it. Like never before. I did the job. I don't normally distance drop, but came up in conversation with the server and the staff there were all very impressed. I've got a wide-eyed admiration. I know. I'm a bloody hero. Anyway, I reckon I've got about two miles more to do to get to the bridge I want, and then probably another mile back to the town centre to get buses and things, which frankly at this stage are rookie numbers. Just going to hobble on. I get a big bag of actual dinner as well, so I get back to the bus station, wait for the bus and things. Or maybe I'll just eat in Hunstanton, because it's going to be about an hour's bus drive from here as well. That'll tide me over for the time being. Sandwich and a cake. Some weird frozen iced coffee milkshake thing. It didn't really work for me, to be honest. It just tasted like watery milk with a dash of coffee, and they have this caramel stuff around the bottom. Because it's full of ice, the caramel sets and doesn't mix with anything. So it's basic physics. Anyway, can't complain. It was all cold liquid, which is now inside me, so we're all good. Yeah, there must be some sort of dock. And yeah, there's the tower you could see from 30 miles away. Must be some sort of dock there. I imagine they get a lot of big ships up and down here there. The river didn't look that wide. Right, so I'll keep an eye out for the acorns. Try and maintain my coast path through the centre of King's Lynn. And then out the south side to the bridge. And I'll be able to stick a pin in it for today. And I still don't know about tomorrow. Feeling stiff. So maybe not. It entirely depends how I feel when I get up tomorrow morning. But we'll see. Alright, let's keep an eye out for acorns. The culture. Church closed. A slight inconvenience. For further details and updates, please visit the website. Okay. Impressive building. If that's a cathedral or a church, I think it might just be a church. Signage over there. Looks almost twisted, that one. I have to say, without, with almost only a few exceptions, the signage this week has been really good. Norfolk Coast Path takes it all seriously, I think. Up from that one there. I mean, I come from that way. They're twisted both the same direction. It's probably down there that I need to go next. I'll have to check my maps. Lynn Marketplace. The pubs and hotels and things. I think I'm alright at the moment. I'm just going to push on till the end and not worry about any of that until I'm on my way back to find a bus, I think. Norfolk Coast Path. Hurrah. Doing alright. That's a stage. It's that time of year. Oh, that's nice. Quite quiet for a Wednesday afternoon, I suppose. Yeah. Grand old buildings here. We've finally reached the river there. After all that hassle. The coast path over here. The massive chain. Some sort of dry dock, I guess. River mouth. No. It's just a dog. Not much now. We are. We're not quite there yet. Let's go left and then down to a footbridge. Particular one that we need. All that over there is tomorrow. This is the Grand Booze. Owls. Whatever. Something bend that one as well. It's clearly not up there. They've both been bent the same way. Look at this way next. There it is. This is the river on the first. We're back in stupid river country. We're down there a ways is a footbridge across and also a big dual carriageway as well for the main road. And then all that is tomorrow. Down up to, you can just about see the mouth there. It's coming in by now, I suppose. Yeah, let's crack on. The end is in sight, I can feel it. Yeah, that's King's Lynn. There might be a south gate arch thing there. Yeah, with a great ooze, and there's the bridge. Yeah, I think there's like a pedestrian one this side of the main traffic one. I'll have to get there and look at it more closely when we arrive, but half a mile to go now, I think. It's good, it's felt hard this one. Again. Possibly due to the feet. I don't know. We'll see in the morning what that one's like. Let's check out that one. I think it's just stopped, sending signals of pain because it knows I'm not going to bother stopping. So it could just be waiting for a chance to relax and then go absolutely ballistic with agony. But yeah, just need to get to that bridge and then we're done. Let's crack on. Here we are. I mean, I didn't know it was a road bridge. Looked like a pedestrian. It must be the old bridge before we built the big dual carriageway over there. I think I came across that big dual carriageway on the way here on Saturday from Point South. We're going back across there again tomorrow, I expect. National Cycle Network 1, that gets everywhere. In Rivers Way, gosh, there's all sorts going on here. Oh, right, well, this is where I put a pin in it for today. Anyway, I need to go up that road for about a mile until I can find the main bus station. And then try and work out how to get back to Hunstanton. I haven't had to panic on an unfamiliar bus route in ages. Good times. Takes me back. Oh, yeah, there we go. What time is it? 4:04. That's pretty good going, I think. don't know the exact mileage or anything, but I think it was 17 when I did the measuring beforehand. So 17 hard ones as well. It's like 15 miles there with no shops or cafes or bars or toilets or anything. Just relentless slogging through the fields. And of course, this foot, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I say, I'm a bit ambivalent about it now, but bear in mind that's the foot I'm going to need to use to operate the accelerator pedal of my car. So I can't trash it really badly because I won't be able to get home then at all. I will live here now. So, you know, I think I'll see how it feels tomorrow morning, and if it's okay, we'll drive to Sutton Bridge, which is about 6 miles that way. Park the car, cycle back to here, bolt it to something, and then we're going off up there, around the left-hand side of this river, and then back and round to Sutton Bridge. Big long rectangular thing. That's the idea, anyway. I mean, if my foot's fine, we'll be doing that, and I'll see you tomorrow. If my foot's not fine, then I guess I will probably not see you again until September. At which point I will do exactly the same plan anyway, just with months rest between. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to try and find a bus. So I shall see you later. Ta-ta.